today we're going to be talking about how you can get through when everything and everyone is against you. I have been there. Honestly, I don't think anyone on earth has never been, or I don't think most of us are exempt from this. We're not exempt from the forces being against us. I just know as I grew over time, as I learned, as I grew in my faith, I just realized that the forces for me were far better and greater than the forces against me. I just had to stop focusing on them. And I'll dive right into it. My first point, you have to shift. We have to shift our focus. When things and people are against you, it is so easy. I'm telling you, it's so easy to focus on those things, but those things are negative. And we know what you focus on tends to what? It tends to grow. So instead of focusing on the negative aspects, instead of focusing on the negative people, the negative things, the naysayers, the people that say that this won't happen, the people that say you are dreaming too much, you know, those people after you left my last session and I'm talking about dream and dream big and keep dreaming, and the people are telling you it is too late to dream. Those people that are telling you that you will never succeed in life. Those people that are telling you that you won't make it. Why are you doing and believing in this thing? You have to know there's something greater. And you have to know you cannot focus on those negative people and those negative things. Just shift your focus. It is so easy to do. But the challenge comes when you're trying to maintain that focus. I know when you're trying to focus on all the good things, there's going to be some days where it's going to be super easy. But there's going to be some days where I will tell you from experience where it is definitely challenging. Why? Especially when you're dealing with people. People are not easy. However, you don't want to change people. That's not our job. We give that to our higher power. We give all of them in that situation to God. We have to focus on the things that God wants us to focus on, right? So what I'm saying, number one, shift your focus. Number two, make sure that you have some plan to build your faith. Constantly, I've talked about this. You know, it's natural for me. I'm always writing. I'm always journaling my thoughts. Why? Because I'm trying to move the clutter out. As the clutter goes out, guess what? Clarity can now flow in. It flows in at a rapid pace, at a massive pace. And I always want clarity, so I'm always writing. You will always find me with a notebook and a pen, and I am journaling it out. I am not keeping it in the inside. This way, because I don't keep it in the inside, I never have to worry about blowing up on the outside. And I mean blowing up in a bad way on the outside. So you have to get yourself to a point where every single day you are building your faith. My God, if I ever decide to take a break from building my faith, I'm not sure what would happen. Maybe because I consistently do it, it's a part of me, it's natural, but I'm not going to risk it. Because in a world right now where everything is so bad, well, not everything, but the news paints a picture that everything is so bad. So that starts to get into people's head, and then they start to say and do bad things. I don't want those things to get inside of me. So I have to protect my faith at all costs. So that's number two, build your faith. As you're building your faith, the focus just becomes a whole lot easier. And number three, you have to do those things, those reminders. I don't know if you're out there and you're on a job, and I've been there, you know, a year this month, retired from corporate America. So I know that working a job, I know it can be challenging. I know even having a business, it can be challenging. I understand both sides of that. However, you have to remember that wherever you are in life, God has you there, and God has you there for a reason. If you're on that job, I know you're like, no, there's no reason God would have me here. Yes, there is a reason. There's a plan and a purpose. That reason could be just for you to collect a paycheck so that you can honor that money and you can build towards your goals and dreams. Maybe build towards debt freedom. If you're in that business, God has you there. Maybe your entrepreneurial spirit is a blessing to others. Others will see what you're doing, and those people who think that they can't do it, that are living in fear, they start to now have faith. Why? Because they see you going after your goals and dreams. See, because you're going after your goals and dreams and you're not making excuses. You're saying it's hard, but I'm going to fight through the fire. So you have to make sure you know wherever you are planted, it's temporary. Every place we're at, for all of us, is temporary. This is not permanent for any of us. But wherever you're at temporarily, you have to make sure you're connecting with your higher power and you're trying to figure out, what should I be doing here? There's no time to waste time. I'll repeat that. There's no time to waste time right now. And I'll tell you really quickly, when I was on the job, there was plenty of times I could have walked out. I could have left the job. Why? Because I was already debt free. I was debt free years before I left. Even though I was stacking and making sure I was doing the right thing, but that wasn't the reason I was still there. I was still there because I had to still bless some people. I had to help some people get through. I had to help them get through the challenges. I had to coach people and mentor people, and that could not happen if I left that space. So wherever you are, find your purpose. It can only, your higher power, God, will help you to do that. And then in closing, I will tell you, how do you get through when everyone and everything is against you? It's because you keep a smile on your face and you never give up, and you never let up, and you never give up on your goals and your dreams in your life. It is easy to give up. It is so easy to give up the fight, but it's a little bit more challenging when you say, you know what, I'm going to stand firm wherever I am, and I'm going to fight. What are you fighting for? You are fighting for your life. If you're a part of this session as an ownership babe, maybe you're fighting for ownership. See, that's the thing. Ownership is just not about owning your home and owning your cars. It is about owning your mindset, owning your actions. See, most people out there don't even own their mindset. Most people, and I'll repeat this, most people out there don't even own their mindset. Why? Because as soon as they make their mind up that they're going to do something, they're going to go after it, they're going to do something special, as soon as they see on social media someone doing something different, they change. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to listen to some things, consume some things, but you're supposed to make sure it's in alignment with what? Your thoughts, your heart, your values. And most people can't do that. They're changing every 5 seconds. I wouldn't be before you if I was allowing, because some people tell me, they like, you should be on TikTok. They're not, your platforms, people are not supporting you. And that may be true. I'm not saying what they're saying is not true. Maybe I could blow up a whole lot quicker there, but I have to stay where I know I'm supposed to stay, and what lines up with my values and what lines up with my core beliefs. Do you have any? Do you have any? Do you have any core values and beliefs in a world right now where most people can't even think for themselves? See, you got to be the one who know who you are, who you serve, and where you're supposed to go. And if you're uncertain, I've told you there's things you got to do for clarity. You have to shift your focus. You have to make sure that you are shifting your focus. You are building your faith. You are making sure you're constantly building your faith and consistently doing it. And what starts to happen is life it starts to change. How does it look for me? As I mastered how to make sure that I knew that the forces against me are never stronger than the forces for me. How does it look? It looks like a life where I call freedom. It may not be for anyone else. That's okay. It's my life. And your life is your life. I'm not here to paint a picture of what your life should be. My life. I'm just telling you, whatever you want, you can go after it. I'm just telling you, I never knew a year later I'd be free retired from corporate America, living life on my terms. I never could understand 4 years, almost 4 years in a couple months, being totally debt free, not owing anyone, not enslaved, not entrapped to interest. See, that's something that's priceless, but it's achievable. So I ask you, what is that thing? What is that thing that's you're letting get in the way? Is it the naysayers? Are you the naysayer? Are you getting in your own way? Whatever it is, I challenge you, let it go so that you can move forward. So as I wrap this up, my question to you is, what are you going to do right now? Now that we're fastly approaching halfway in the year 2026, what are your plans? What are your plans? You don't have to AI it. I know it's easy. You can go to AI, but AI doesn't know you. It gotta come from the heart. I'm sorry. You can go to AI for the technical, how to put it together, blah, blah, blah. But it's something that gotta come from you. That's what makes it original. This is why I love connecting with people face to face, spirit to spirit, because see, that's just that raw thing. People can say whatever from behind a camera or television, but you can't fake the heart of a person. Just today, as I went to an appointment, and immediately when I saw someone and I stepped up to the counter, I knew I needed to speak life, not death, into this young lady. I knew I needed to speak it because I know everything around her was attacking her, was draining her. See, that's what you get when you connect with people spirit to spirit. Some of you are trying to get it and you're not connecting. You have to connect spirit to spirit. It's something great. I know it's great to hide away sometimes and be away from people, but that's not the world we're in. We weren't created that way. God didn't create one of you. God created many, so that we could fellowship, have fun, grow together, learn together, be together. So because of that, she might have walked up to me one way, but she walked away another. She walked away encouraged, walked away saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to continue to stay focused. Because she knew that God had a calling on her life. And it was just tough. It was challenging. And that's what you're supposed to do. And that goes into my last point of networking. I'm not talking about networking and say, what do you do for a living? What do you do? Oh, when people ask that, they're like, what do you do? I'm like, what do you mean? Most people want to know, what do you do? You're not your job. You're not your business. You're more than that. And if people want to know, tell them what you do. Tell them, I am on my way to being an ownership babe where I own everything, the land, the homes, the money, the everything. And I make sure that the people around me are owners as well. See, that's who you are. You are not your job. You are not your situation. You are bigger than that. You are better than that. So make sure you are networking with the right people. Often they say your net worth is connected to your what? Your network. So if you want to know what you're worth, and I'm not even talking anymore, I'm not even talking about dollar signs on this video. I'm not talking about dollar signs. If you want to know what you're worth, look at the circle around you. It'll tell you. If you're confused, put your circle together. You'll see. And if you have a great circle, there we go. Let's go. If you have the wrong circle, it's time to find what? Another. It's time for you to do some great things. This is the year. Now if you're in the United States, we're in the middle. We have wars going on. We have protests going on. We have people that are strapped financially. We have the world we have some people that are celebrating markets up, the economy's down, not knowing why. People head are spinning. They don't know what to think. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of things going on. But then there's people. There's ownership babes. There's people like myself through all the chaos. Someone asked me, they always ask me, how do you keep smiling? It is because those things will always happen around me, but they will never decide what happens inside of me. So I challenge you. If everything and everyone is against you, don't be against yourself. Bet on yourself. Build your faith. Focus like no other. Network with the right people. And make sure every single day you are saying those affirmations of faith and definitely not fear. So if this is anything that if you've stayed to the end, congratulations. It doesn't matter. Whether you stayed, hopefully one person got it. Leave a message in the comments. I'm just glad that you clicked on this video. Hopefully you got something, even if it's not for you, something you can share with someone else. Hopefully me smiling put a smile on your face, because I'm always smiling. Either way, have a beautiful day. Have a wonderful week. And I will talk to you soon. Hasta